Describe a person who always has interesting ideas or opinions. You should say who this person is, what this person does, how you knew him, her, and explain why you think her ideas or opinions are interesting. Here's a Band 9 model answer with detailed explanations in natural language. One person I know who consistently has fascinating ideas and unique perspectives is my cousin, Aisha. Besides being my cousin, she's also one of my closest friends, a true source of inspiration, and my go-to person for advice. She works as a marketing professional at a well-known advertising agency, where she's frequently recognized for her creativity and has won the Employee of the Month award multiple times. Her remarkable ability to come up with fresh, unconventional ideas is what really makes her stand out. I've known Aisha all my life, and we're quite close since we live in the same neighborhood. This proximity means we see each other often, and whenever we do, she always has some new concept, project, or insight to share. For instance, if I'm working on an assignment, she's the first person I approach because I know she'll have a fresh perspective. Her knowledge extends beyond her field of work, as she seems to have a knack for finding solutions to all kinds of challenges, big or small. What really amazes me is her passion for upcycling and turning everyday items into something creative and useful. She's decorated her entire home with 3D origami pieces made from recycled paper, and each project has a story behind it. She also transformed old soda bottles into eye-catching planters, which look so professional that several neighbors have started following her example. Another brilliant idea she had was to repurpose her old clothes by making tote bags, which she gifted to friends and family. Everyone in our family admires her creativity and resourcefulness. Aisha's ideas are inspiring because they reflect not just creativity but also a sense of sustainability and responsibility. Her approach to life and her innovative thinking remind me that with a bit of imagination, we can find beauty and purpose in almost anything. She's definitely a role model for me, and I always look forward to our conversations, knowing she'll have some inspiring new idea to share. Part 3 Follow-up questions. 1. When do you think children start to have their own opinions? I believe children start forming their own opinions surprisingly early, even in their primary school years. As they interact more with their peers, teachers, and media, they begin to develop personal viewpoints. However, these opinions become more defined in their teenage years, as they gain exposure to diverse perspectives and start questioning the world around them. This period of self-discovery often leads them to form individual opinions, which can sometimes differ from those of their parents. 2. Are children's opinions influenced by their parents? Yes, children's opinions are initially heavily influenced by their parents. Parents shape children's early understanding of right and wrong and often pass down their values and beliefs. As children grow older and gain more experiences outside the family environment, they start forming opinions based on their own insights. Peer influence, media, and education also play significant roles in shaping their viewpoints as they mature. 3. Who are smart children likely to be influenced by? Smart children are often influenced by a diverse group of people, including teachers, mentors, and sometimes public figures they admire. These children tend to seek out people with expertise and experience, as they're naturally curious and open to learning. For instance, a child interested in science might look up to a famous scientist or teacher, while one with a creative side might be inspired by artists or writers. The environment and opportunities surrounding them can significantly shape who influences them. 4. How do inventors or philosophers come up with new ideas? Inventors and philosophers often come up with new ideas through a combination of curiosity, deep observation, and the ability to think critically. Many times, they find inspiration by questioning established ideas and making connections between seemingly unrelated concepts. Creativity plays a central role, as does persistence, as they often go through multiple trials and errors. For instance, Thomas Edison famously said that he didn't fail, he simply found 10,000 ways that won't work on his way to creating the light bulb. 5. Are there only old ideas from books or previous writers? While many ideas are built upon existing knowledge, new perspectives and discoveries emerge all the time. Inventors and philosophers often draw from past knowledge, but they reinterpret and expand it to fit current needs and challenges. For example, while early philosophers debated the nature of knowledge and existence, modern philosophers might explore these concepts through the lens of technology or artificial intelligence. So, books and old ideas provide a foundation, but each generation brings fresh insights. 6. What kind of people have lots of great ideas in your country? In my country, people in the fields of technology and entrepreneurship are particularly known for their innovative ideas. India's startup culture has grown rapidly, and young entrepreneurs are coming up with creative solutions for various issues, from education to environmental sustainability. Additionally, artists, writers, and educators contribute significantly to our country's creative landscape. Their ideas often aim to preserve cultural heritage while promoting progressive thinking, which is greatly valued here. 7. When do children begin to have their own ideas? Children actually start expressing unique ideas quite early, even in their toddler years. They observe the world with curiosity, and their innocent observations often surprise adults. For instance, a young child might suggest using a household item in a completely new way, which shows their developing ability to think independently. As they grow older, these ideas become more sophisticated and personal, shaped by their learning and experiences. 8. Why are there more and more differences between children and their parents? Differences between children and parents are growing due to the generation gap. Parents may hold traditional views, often shaped by their own upbringing and cultural values, while children are exposed to more modern and diverse perspectives through media and education. Children today are more inquisitive and often question established norms, whereas parents might expect them to accept these without question. This dynamic can sometimes lead to misunderstandings and conflicts, as both generations view things through different lenses. 9. What are the advantages and disadvantages of setting rules for children? Setting rules for children has several advantages, as it helps them develop discipline, responsibility, and a sense of security. For instance, if children are restricted to a certain amount of screen time, they're more likely to balance academics and play, reducing the risk of screen addiction. However, overly strict rules can sometimes stifle a child's independence and creativity. It's important for parents to find a balance so that children understand the purpose of the rules and don't feel overly restricted. 10. Is there someone with good ideas that has changed many people's lives? Absolutely, there are many people whose ideas have had a profound impact on society. For example, scientists like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, known as the Missile Man of India, contributed greatly to India's space and defense technology, inspiring countless young minds. On a local level, I know of a neighbor who resolved a long-standing water seepage issue in our village. He planted eucalyptus trees, which absorb a lot of water, around areas prone to seepage. Over time, this solution not only solved the problem but also beautified the neighborhood. Such practical ideas have a lasting impact on many lives.